And we're live. Welcome to In-Slipstream Racing League, round 5 of the F1 Championship. I'm joined by my new commentator today, which is Kaiser Platts from America. So, hello, Kaiser. Welcome to the stream.
Howdy, howdy, howdy. English?
At least if we're talking the same language barrier, that's fine by me. I really hope this stream works on my channel today. If it doesn't work, then unfortunately I can't do nothing about that, unfortunately. So Kaiser Platts is in as a spectator, so he will be racing today, which is unfortunate for him, but he can stay by my side as a spectator. So, okay, right. We got one joining us already, sweet, okay. One joined the stream, fantastic. Probably because that would be me, because I'm looking at the comments. I'm gonna try not to talk as much through the preview because I've got to race all. I had to use all my voice for the race coming up. After a frantic 10 laps in F2, you can watch it live on Mansel's channel. I'm sure he can link it up in he can link it up in somewhat. But yeah, Mansel's channel had the coverage of the final second part of that race. It was a phenomenal 10 laps. And now we're just waiting for F1 to get underway. Painsdead has been strong throughout the season, but also Stefan Rand. Stefan Rand has been impressive ever since he came into F1. So hopefully he can put more of a challenge in as well. Gineji's in here as well. Wooly, Simpo, Bazza, Bossy's here as well. Oh, bloody hell, I need that drink. Just actually cool down my throat a bit. You're looking forward to this race then, Kaiser?
Oh yeah, and definitely after being there in the F2 race, it's going to be very interesting, especially as we get onto the grid and onto the start, just to see kind of how these drivers will react to what's happening around them as we head into turn one. It's always very chaotic, but also just the rest of the race. We've got lots of pace in these drivers today. It's going to be very interesting to see how it pans out and who comes on.
Because turn one, like you mentioned before, is always a very narrow first corner at the start. Is it really that narrow going into turn one in Austria?
Oh, very. I mean, if you get a decent start, I mean, whenever we had our start, I was going 3 wide through that corner. It's very hectic. Even just during the race, if you try and make an overtake here, you've got to be very cautious right up against your rival.
And also, it's not just turn one that's pretty good. You also got the very tight and slow turn 3, which is the hairpin. So turn 3 is going to be the spot that's going to be creating more action today.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, it's a very difficult corner because you're trying to weave your wheel all the way around, and I mean, really, if you're in a battle, the thing you mainly have to rely on is going to be your throttle or brake. Just trying to overtake there, it's going to be very hectic, especially going into that.
And also, you drove in the wet earlier on ago. What's Austria like in the wet?
Well, it's a bit more difficult, especially it's a lot more difficult actually, just because with Austria, it's a very quick track, quick pace, and so you've got to be very careful, especially whenever you're going onto that throttle and through apexes, just because if you make the slightest mistake, you can fly off track and invalidate your lap.
Yeah, that's very true as well. And also, turn 4 as well. That's another overtaking spot on turn 4. It's like a downhill break into a right-hander. That's a very difficult corner to, because that's an easy corner to lock up a tyre.
Yeah, it really is. Because as we've seen with Alex Albon and Lewis Hamilton in the first Australian Grand Prix of this year, or of last year, I should say, you've really just got to make sure you get all the rotation you can, or else you might knock out the driver you're battling, and that could negatively affect the race, perhaps by a 10-second penalty or even a grid
Mm-hmm. So yeah, we just wait for so we pretty much discussed what's going to happen today. We got full qualified, of course, and then we've got the 50% race coming up. Since we're in February, and it's always a good time to be a NASCAR fan in February because Daytona 500's coming, which will be my first NASCAR race. And I'll be, you know what's funny? It's gonna be my first ever NASCAR race I'll be watching live. Ain't that crazy as a UK person?
definitely, you know, it's going to be very interesting in America. This is also going to be my first NASCAR race that I've ever
Oh
seen.
really? Jeez.
Yeah, I never really watched NASCAR. Never really had an interest in racing until finally last year.
That is mad. Fair play to you, man. So you're definitely watching the 500 this upcoming whatever day is on. So hopefully we get. I've got a friend of mine who's going to be doing that sort of thing. So yeah, okay, thank you, Tom Seabrook. Thanks for the feedback. So we're just looking now at the. Looking through. Okay, yep. I just got to put my stream into this. Put in there at everyone. Done. Okay, let's just link the stream into the channel. So, yeah, this is of course your first NASCAR race coming up. So, are you really looking forward to see what's going to happen as the cars go high speed around Daytona?
Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting because, I mean, last year was the first time I watched most of the F1 races live. Of course, it is a bit more difficult for me as an American, as I do have to witness at obscene times to be able to watch the race.
Yeah, understandable.
Yeah, but hopefully this year it's going to be interesting to see the Daytona 500 because from what I know, you don't really have to break around that track.
No.
But it's going to be interesting. Hopefully see some action, you know, 4 cars wide.
Bumper to bumper, drafting. Yeah, I get the gist. I've been playing NASCAR Heat 5 and Daytona is such a thrill to drive. I mean, it's pretty cool. Just people just tuning in. I want to thank Gio and Mansell for this league. Yeah, they're the main admins. So thank you for the thanks there, Carell. Very good stuff. F1 drives about to ready up now. And also, what's good for you, Kaiser, that F1 are going back to the USA this year. Are you happy about F1 going back to the US?
Oh, yes, I really am, because, you know, Dakota is one of my favorite tracks. Hopefully I'll be able to actually fly out this year. Who knows with the pandemic, but we will see. It's definitely going to be interesting to see if I can go, but excited that it's coming soon.
I did like the track at first because it's got so many runoff areas now. All F1 tracks has got so many runoff areas. It's really annoying. But now I've seen COTA over the years, ever since I came back to the US of A in 2012 after Indianapolis. COTA it's really started to grow on me. It's provided so much good racing. I mean, you talk about 2016 with Hamilton and Rosberg fighting for the championship. 2015, you had that massive monsoon over in Austin, Texas, with the complete washout in qualifying, and 2015 in the race as well, which was amazing. I mean, it was, oh man, USA is really starting to grow on me now. It's really, really good.
Yeah, it's a very technical track, especially in that like first section because it's constant lefts and rights and each and every turn is going to be different. It's very technical and very good.
Ooh, dark skies.
Dark skies looks like it's going to be a bit drowsy. Might have a bit more rain later on in the qualifying sessions, but who knows how it's going to go.
And also, one more statement on America. I know it's Austrian Grand Prix, but you as an American, you've got to love the F1, the motorsport fan base in America. They're so wild, aren't they?
Oh yeah, Americans enjoy themselves for anything really are very rowdy. We just get very hyped up for any silly sport. It's just in our blood, really.
Oh, it's brilliant. I love it when it comes to you guys and your motorsports. So we got Sergeant Sergi, and we got Janeji, who did well in the F2 race. So hopefully Janeji is on his return to F1. He can really put a stamp down on things. Okay, right. Okay, thanks, man. Okay, Kaiser, can you go to your party settings and put your voice allowed to be shared? Always allowed to be shared.
Yep, default.
No.
Yeah, my party audio is shareable.
Is it on always allow? Okay, so hopefully, what's what the people say in the comments, see if they can hear you. I might turn down my game audio just slightly, so I can get, so it'll be very audible. So audio settings, I'll put it down to 5, so hopefully they can hear you. So like Sergeant, what do you make? What do you make of the F2 race, Kaiser? How do you feel? How did it go for you?
It was definitely very interesting. It had a lot of moments. It had a lot of ups and downs, I should say. Uh, Definitely with, how my race turned out. I'm pretty happy with how my race turned out, as I did eventually end up going onto. I did put on a new pair of soft tires towards the end of the race and was able to hit that fastest lap. But it's very interesting how Austria works out because lap times are going to be very close, and so strategy is a big thing in Austria. Or with the F2 race, as it happened, there was a lot of strategy change that went into that. For example, you had to push your under those two safety cars. You really had to extend your tire life extended to push maybe 3 laps more than you thought, and it was interesting to see how it panned out. Definitely fun.
Okay, so just fiddling around with the audio settings. So I think I'm just trying to figure out I'm trying to figure out how to get you hearing more. What's your mic settings at the moment? What's your mic settings? Is it on very low or is it?
No, my microphone is even.
Try to turn up to a bit more noisier level.
Is this better?
A little bit more.
How about this?
Yes, perfect.
Okay.
Okay, so you might hear my voice in the background, but it's just the reason, so we can just hear Kaiser. So yeah, you might hear my voice in the background, but unfortunately, that's something we have to sacrifice on. But so this F1 championship itself has been such a close championship. What do you make of Payne's dead so far?
Paynes is a very interesting driver, I'll tell you. He's very quick. He's definitely got the pace. very interesting to see his driving style and just how eccentric he is in qualifying. Because, I mean, every so often, for example, in Mexico, I remember driving past him during qualifying and he was just doing donuts in the corner. uh, he, he's got definitely good pace, and I think he might actually possibly win this championship, or if not, contend into the top three. But who knows? It's really up to luck with these races. I've never known what could happen.
Yeah. So we're looking at Pacer now doing his lap. We also got Stefan Rans, who came into the championship as an F2 driver, and then he got straight to F1. And look at him, he's still in P3. So Stefan Rans is a bit of a challenger, don't you think?
Definitely. I've raced against him a few times, as it looks like he just invalidated his lap maybe there. But he's got the pace, definitely. He's a very quick driver. He knows what he's doing, and he can definitely get up to speeds. It's going to be interesting to see how quick he can go and how he'll place in this championship. Just as he is such a fast driver. But it's definitely going to be interesting to see.
So Pacer will go into pole, 103.476. This is only Q1. So we're waiting for the guys to be eliminated. We're looking at Mansell, who was my co-commentator, who did a fantastic job doing the stream with me just today. It was so hard for us streamers to get the stream up, but thanks to Mansell, he saved the day. And also doing the lobby as well. So Mansell, he's doing a very good job as an admin, isn't he?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, it was very sudden for him to become an admin, as we did see Gio step down, but so far he has done a very good job being an admin for this league, and it's going to be interesting to see how the races will pan out and how stuff like Season 2 will pan out.
Yeah. I can't agree with you more. For F2 pole was a 103.7. Thank you, Kubica. That's already been smashed by Painstead. So then these guys can go even faster. So don't you worry. So we're looking at Itsy boy Alfie right now on his outlaps, and at the moment he's just stuck behind Mansell, but Mansell is going to the pits. So, and also Hex Fortron is making his debut as well in the Reds Bowl. He's also Mansell's teammate for the day, Mansell's teammate for the season, because Alfie now doing his lap now going in towards turn 1. So which is your favourite part of Austria, Kaiser? Which one is your favourite place on the track?
For me personally, my favorite turn would actually probably have to be turn 4, just because it's such a hard turn to get right. You know, it's one of those turns where the rule of the slow in, fast out is applied heavily there. It's also, if you just turn in too soon, you can have the risk of locking up that tire, and if someone's trying to take your place, for example, you're just knocked back immediately. It's a very hard turn to get right, and so good for battles.
Yeah, so we got another debut today, which is Kakahashi is taking this debut today. Which one? I think it's Race Addiction. I don't know, but I'm trying to think what his gamer tag is. Kakahashi, if you could bring your gamer tag up on here, it'll be great. He's I think from the sounds of it, he sounds like he's from Japan. So new drivers. They always bring up a spice, don't they?
Sorry, what was that?
So new drivers coming into the league, pretty much as an unknown. So so what do you think of new drivers coming in, and we don't know what their racecraft is like and everything else? So what is it like to race against new blood?
It's definitely hard to race with new blood, you know. I mean, whenever I came into this league, I came during Mexico, and I just wanted to get myself so familiarized with not only the track, but how the league works. So I put in almost 100 laps within a day of just doing Mexico, and it's hard to come into a league. I feel that Race Addiction is going to do very well getting into. Uh, it's always interesting, even as a commentator, to see how those races will pan out with the new bloods. And I mean, of course, we do have a lot of new bloods, as it looks like the Williams of It's Your Boy actually goes off right before turn 3.
Oh goodness, yeah, I can see that now. Yeah, It's Your Boy Alfie. He's got front wing damage, so he must have made contact with someone or gone into the wall. So Alfie, he's currently P9 at the moment. He looks okay. So let's have a look at Bazza, who's on his outlap. Let's have a look at Bazza. So right now, Gordo has rejoined us, which is good. So right now, yeah, Race Addiction looking very impressive at the moment, setting that P4%, just behind Funky at the moment. So right now, Race Addiction doing what he needs to do to get his car into Q2. Bazza going a little bit out of shape, going through 6 and 7. Very tricky section of corners, corner 6 and 7, Kaiser. Really, really difficult corners to get it right.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's a very fast-paced corner, and going into those apexes, you can always just kind of lose the car or get a bunch of understeer, and it's going to be very interesting to see how those corners will pan out during the race and during those battles, just because of how much understeer you can get through those corners, and I mean, yeah, especially with it being an S turn, kind of S, I guess, it's quite difficult to get down correct, and if you don't have the setup for it, you're kind of screwed there, you know?
Yeah, I have to say, so because Bazza now going towards that section after turn 5. Got his teammates in front of him, Jimmy Hunt. Looks like the teammates are now starting to slipstream each other, which is quite smart from McLaren, don't you think?
Yeah, watching Jimmy Hunt, he actually set a purple middle sector.
Oh, he's gone off. He's got in.
Did invalidate.
Yeah, because Bazza towards the line, it will set a 1 minute 5.147. So Bazza into P14. So strategy here, the soft tire, the medium tires can go 17 laps. The softs can go around 15, 14 laps. As Bazza got a massive load of oversteer. So tires today will be very important today, don't you think?
Oh yeah, definitely. It's going to be interesting to see how those strategies pan out. If we're looking at maybe a soft, medium, soft run to get that speed going into the final few laps, or even if we're going to see a soft, medium. Strategies are going to differ very widely, and if it's correct, it's even possible if you extend it far to run a soft medium, which we probably won't be seeing today. And I won't expect us to see any hard tires, as we did see a few hard tire users in the F2 race today, and they were shifted towards the back of the pack, especially during the end of the race. But who knows? As Gordo sets a purple sector 1.
Gordo going towards turn 4 right now in this car. Did set a purple set to 1, so let's see if we can keep the pace up in his Williams. Yeah, Pacer, the COCOM has allowed his voice to be shared. I don't know why he still sounds so quiet, but we are still trying to work on that. So yeah, they're still saying they can't hear, which is funny, Kaiser. You got your voice to be shared like we did. You got your mic to be up like we did. I don't know what's up, really. Really don't know. I really don't know. Gordo puts himself into 8th. We have tried. I don't know what it is. So break the break. What's trying to what it is? Break the RXL. I'm just gonna put. I think it's trying to say break the rules. Break the rules. Coming through. Hope he doesn't break any rules. I can have a look. I'll have a look at that. I have got the right settings as well. I'll allow my voice to be shared as well. And I mean, audio sharing settings. Let me have a look at my audio sharing settings. Have a look. Include microphone and audio including clips. Yes. Microphone, audio, broadcast, share party audio. Yeah, done it. Yeah, my audio settings are fine.
Yeah, we know where they'll be. Unless your party to game audio balance is off somehow.
Let me have a look. Party audio. Let's have a look. I don't know my party audio. My party audio is fully on party audio. So, yeah,
Oh, well, that's interesting.
yeah, you could say so. As Break the Rules is currently P70 at the moment with a woman at 5.836. Bossy Gamer says I can hear him fine. Bossy Gamer says he can hear you fine, Kaiser.
That's interesting. Yeah, Bossy Gaming on my stream says he can in fact hear me, so I wouldn't know why someone wouldn't be able to hear me. It might just be audio glitch.
Probably. Today's been a very hard day for technical reasons, isn't it? It's been really, really difficult.
Definitely.
Manson said can hear him, but very slightly. Yeah, it must be some type of audio thing that needs to be done. We'll try and fix that out soon rather than later. So, Break the Rules puts in 1 minute 6.1 there, not good enough to put him up into Q2. Bazza's still in the danger zone as well. P15. He needs to get a bit of a move on. Needs to break into that 1 minute 4 period. So here goes Bazza going through turn 6 and 7 as he's brilliant stuff there for Bazza on the exit. Stefan Rand's retired. Fair enough. He's pretty fine. As Bazza, oh, he's invalidated. And it's that validation on the last corner as well. Let's have a look. It is. So Baz is out. He'd probably be out. So Break the Rules. He's got a little bit faster, 3,000 faster than his previous, but it's not enough. Can Break the Rules? Oh, it's 6 times slower. I don't think he's gonna make it. I think Baz has pulled in. He's either spun or just pulled in somewhere, but Bazza not having a good day today. Oh no! Break the Rules! Now that's weird. It looks like a full throttle spin, don't you think? He just didn't let off the throttle.
I think he just got onto the throttle a bit too quickly and had just spun his car around.
Is any front wing damage on the Merc? Yes, there is. That's the left wing end plate missing. And I think that is probably qualifying done.
Yeah, it looks like as Plaza goes into the pits, just in P15, as he hits the speed limit sign as he goes in.
He's not a happy camper. Interesting. So we still need to work on that audio. Let's have a look. Don't know why it's playing up on us like this. So let's have a look at that.
Maybe your viewers who are having audio technicalities could possibly even close and reopen stream. See if that works.
Audio sharing settings. Yeah, that's fine. Comments to speech. No, everything's fine. So who's been eliminated then for qualifying? Let's have a look. There's only Boss again Break the Rules. So the two Mercs are out. So the two Mercs will be starting dead last in qualifying.
Something we haven't seen in the real F1 season.
So Race Addiction says can you leave and join back and see if that can work?
Yeah, let me just pop that real quick.
Okay then, I'll see you in 2 seconds. So Kai says just gonna do apologize about the technicalities, but we're going to see what we can do to fix the audio. We are trying. It's Kaiser. Hopefully they can hear you. Hopefully. We're going to see what happens.
Hopefully.
Hopefully, yeah. So we're into Q2 now. This is where they can use their medium run tyres. Do you think, which will open up their strategy a lot more, which is a lot wiser, don't you think?
Yeah, definitely. If you go onto the mediums, you probably won't have as much pace as you want in going into that first stint of the race. But as the race progresses, you will be on those soft tires. Probably doing 2 more stops to get those soft tires on, which would set you up really good for that end of the race pace. As we see Bordeaux and both Bordeaux and Payne's could actually go out on those mediums. Possibly a few others.
Oh, Blair's video channel says it's going to be wet. Maybe. It's a bit cloudy day in Austria, so maybe that could happen. So it's important to get these laps done if the rain does arrive, but it does look getting a little bit, the sky does look a bit angry, doesn't it?
Oh, it definitely does. It seems like it has in fact gotten darker from the beginning of Q1, so we might in fact see rain possibly at the end of this session or even during Q3, which will be interesting to see how it pans out as those drivers are looking for that grid position in those sessions.
As Payne's is coming through turn 1 right now. Very difficult corner in turn 1 because you've got to turn it at 4th or 5th gear. You've got to run the car really wide, which is one of the spots you can actually get a validation.
Yeah, definitely. It's difficult to get onto that white tape, which is the track limits there. And, I mean, if you just even go a millimeter wide, your lap is completely done from the beginning, which can be a bit difficult as you will have already spent 2 laps on those tires, which can affect and as Payne spins,
Wow.
setting a purple sector 2.
So it's down to Sergeant Sergi now. Oh, he's invalidated. So those drivers are struggling. Let's go to one of the McLarens, which is Jimmy Hunt. No, that's not Jimmy Hunt. Let's have a look at another McLaren. Bazza. I think it's Bazza. Yes, have a look at Bazza. Woody's about to come through as well. That's him completely out of here because Race Addiction goes into first as Bazza goes to second. Nicely done. What's that, buddy?
103.5 is the contention point on those soft tires. We'll see how things pan out as Funky, the Racing Point, actually has spun on that second straight, and it looks like he's retired from the session.
Oh dear, bad luck there for Funky. As Mansell is about to come through towards turn number 9. It's a very difficult corner this because you had to run the car wide. We're trying not to get validation. Here goes Mansell towards the line on those medium tyres. And you're going to third with 1 minute 4.6. Not a bad time on the mediums, would you say?
Definitely not. I mean, of course, those mediums are going to be not very well contentious with those soft runners. But looking at that lap time, he might actually be able to slot somewhere into possibly top probably 8, I would say, if he does decide to stick with those mediums.
Okay, so we're just looking at Janeji. Janeji cuts across the line. What's very interesting here, look at the top 2. They're separated by 5 thousandths of a second. Look how close that is. That's brilliant.
Absolutely insane.
Oh, Paystead, 1 minute 3.7 on the mediums. That's really good.
Definitely seems like Payne is going to, and only just missing it by, what is that, like 1600th of a second off of P3, who is running on those soft tires, as Stefan Rams goes fastest with a 105 or a 103.5.
As yeah, Woolley goes into 4th. Sergeant Sergi pushes down off that pole position. Yellow flags all over the place, but because Will Simpo's about to start his lap, X4tron is still going on out there. So Will Simpo's about to come through to start his lap time. We're good for turn 1 right now as he flies down this straight towards turn 2. Then he'll immediately run into turn 3. I don't know how the corner Will Simpo's going through now counts that as turn 2. I really don't understand that. The corner before turn 3, the little kink. The kink left going into turn 3.
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting corner.
Do you really count as a corner?
On its own. It does officially, yes, by the FIA. It is in fact a corner, technically.
Technically, I don't really see it as a corner, in my view.
No one does.
Well, that's the FIA's logic. So, Will Simpo goes from flying... I'll be very intrigued to see what the drivers are going for in Q2. We only got one guy on meters, which is Painstead, or the 103.7. That's pretty good enough for me. As Will Simpo goes into 10th. So that pushes Mansell down into 11th. So that'll be a bit of a surprise if Mansell goes out in Q2. And validates it. So you can just wind down, save the tyres, and go for another run, I would say. As Mansell heads out now for his second run. Really important lap for Mansell here. He needs to get a 1 minute 3 to get through. That'll be the required target. Be interested to see how all the drivers plan out. As Will Simpo gets into 7th place now with a 1 minute 3.9. So Mansell goes into 7th. Pretty decent time. Do you think that's safe? Mansell going down the back straight right now. He's got his teammate of X4tron behind him. Looks like them two are going to give themselves a bit of a tow, but X4tron's on 4 lap old softs. Is that why he's in qualifying?
Probably not. Actually, isn't able to set the quickest lap, but if he hurries, he might be able to set 2 in succession laps on new soft tires. But as he sets a purple sector 1, so who knows how these have to do. It's definitely going to be interesting to see how his race plays out if he decides to stick with these tires. Just because pitting early isn't going to be the best option, especially around this track, where you're trying to extend these tires to their absolute limit just to be able to get those pit stops on point.
Mansell looks really good. Mansell looks very, very good. And it's good for turn 9 as he heads towards the last straight. This looks like a very good lap for Mansell. Well, he's through. Well, Mansell's through. And Painstead, he's not happy to go with the medium tyres. He's actually going for the soft tyres. Is that strange on Painstead's part? Is he not very comfortable with not being on those medium tyres?
I mean, who knows? I mean, he looked pretty good on those medium tires, but I think he might be a little afraid of maybe even getting pushed out of goal, as we are seeing more drivers set quicker laps.
Is that the track rubbering in by chance?
Sorry, what?
Is that the track rubbering in?
I can't hear you.
The track, is it rubbering in?
sector 2. We'll see how that pans out for him. As he goes down the final straight.
It's a 1 minute 2. Oh, it was close.
P2 for 103.417.
I thought it was going to be 1 minute 2 there for a second. Ooh, looking very tasty. It's looking very tasty. Alfie hasn't set a lap time yet, which is strange, but it looks like he's been waiting for the track to rub it in. So right now, it's looking very, very good so far. For Alfie, he's waiting for the track. To be fair, smart move from Alfie, Kaiser. I think Alfie's waiting for the track to rub it in so he can set his lap. Do you think that's really smart?
Honestly, yes, because I mean, this track does require a good amount of grip, just because of how fast these turns are. And so if he can get the maximum amount of grip going into his lap, that'll be really good for him.
Ooh.
Neji try to set another lap, see if he can put himself into the top 10, but sadly he does, in fact, get a bit too hastily onto that accelerator and almost spins him out.
Alfie looking good through turn 5 right now. Go through turn 5. Now go towards turn number 6. It's 44.7 for Alfie. Is that enough possibly to go into Q2? 3 minutes and 23 seconds to go. It's looking pretty tight down there. Let's have a look at Alfie go through turn number 9. Let's see what happens as he swings the car out wide as he can through the last corner. Alfie is going into P12. It's not going to be enough. So that's going to be very interesting how this plays out. Let's have a look at Janeji, who's backed off.
Yeah, definitely. It looks like he's actually going to be going for another lap here as he warms up his tires slightly, just to get that max amount of grip. And as we see, yes, he is going for another lap as he speeds through those final corners. Hopefully he can put another good lap in, or a good lap in, as he did kind of mess up his first, as he almost runs wide there going on to turn 1. Just barely keeping on that white tape.
Alfie's going for another run. He's now 3/10 up, and Alfie's at the purple sector. So Alfie is trying to get his Williams out of that bottom 5. As Funky, don't forget Funky is out of qualifying, so we're down to the 14. So Alfie going for the last corner. Alfie unleashes the power in the Williams, and he'll go into P9. It's just enough, but is it enough? I wonder. Look at Jimmy Hunt and Hex Fortron. They'll go through turn 6 and 7 right now. Let's go to Jimmy Hunt, because he's going through turn 8 right now. Let's have a look at what he does. There's Jimmy Hunt through turn 9. Hex Fortron will be just right behind him. And here they come. Gordo is retired in the session. He's crashed as Jimmy Hunt goes into P7. And Hex Fortron does not make it out to Q2 just yet. He's going to go for another run. But Gordo out of qualifying. That's going to boost a few drivers up.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he did secure a P12, which will be good, which is decent pace, but who knows, as Neji actually does pit after abandoning his lap on those last 2 turns. It's definitely going to be very interesting to see how not only Gordo's race pans out, but the people around him, as they're all setting similar lap times.
So what Hex Fortron needs right now is to get out of those 1 minute 4s to go into the 1 minute 3s, but I think he's not happy for Hex Fortron. I don't think he's very happy at the moment. He's not looking very comfortable in the Red Bull. He's giving everything he's got, but I don't think it's going to be enough. 1 minute 3, 1 minute 4. No, it's not going to be enough. So 1 minute 6.6. Hex Fortron, it's got one more run to do, but I think his tyres have pretty much had it for his ultimate grip. So I think, in my mind, I think that is going to be it, because I think Hex Fortron can't make it more up than that. He's going to try, but I don't think his tyres has got it up for it now, I think.
It's definitely going to be interesting to see how this last qualifying session ends up. as we do see all top 10 drivers setting 103s, which, and even our pole sitter of Mansell sitting on 103.1, so it's going to be interesting to see if we can possibly even dip into those 102s, or even something like that.
Oh, Hexfortron invalidates. Hexfortron is out of qualifying, and now being done. Almost, well, he's trying to crash himself out, but the game doesn't want him to. Wanted to save the car. So this will be the top 10 going to qualifying number 3. Here we go. Mansell first. Painstead second. Stefan Rans third. Sergi fourth. Race Addiction fifth. Good start from him on his career here in In-Slipstream racing. Wooly is sixth. Jimmy Hunt seventh. Bazza eighth. Wilson Pro ninth and Alfie 10th. And your eliminated runners are TNBA, Gordo, Ginetti, Hexfortron and Funky. They are out in qualifying number 2. So, who is going to get a pole in Austria? Let's see what it brings.
It's definitely going to be interesting to see how kind of the midfield of this top 10 pack that we're seeing is going to pan out, as we have seen that from P3 to P5 of Q2 has in fact actually qualified within 200th of each other. So it's going to be interesting to see you know, how not only their strategies pan out, but how they're going to race being so close and battling with each other.
Just waiting for the drivers to come out in this 12-minute qualifying session here in Austria. As we got the cars going out now, that is Sergeant Sergi, or Wooly coming out, that is Sergeant Sergi coming out first, and I think that's Mansell right behind it, which it is. So Sergeant Sergi and Mansell are out first for qualifying number 3. Are we going to see a 1 minute 2 here qualifying? I think that's pretty likely.
I mean, definitely. I mean, we've seen the pace for it. It's just a matter of nailing every single corner on this track and nailing every single exit. And that can be quite difficult, especially in this top 10 and how much pressure you can be under. It's going to be interesting to see how it pans out, as it doesn't actually look like it's going to rain.
It's been holding off quite well. So it looks like it's just going to be an overcast day for qualifying. So we'll see what the weather brings for the race. But right now the weather, just a cloudy day.
Yeah.
But also that'll make the track extremely cold as well, because it hasn't got that much temperature. So it will be a bit slippery slidey throughout the start, isn't it?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, from what it seems, Baza is going to be the only person to stay in the pit and maybe even wait for the track to, as you know, rubber out and heat up as these cars drive over it.
Blair says it's going to be wet in the race, according to Jeff. That'll be good to see. It could be wet. Oh, I'd love to see that. A wet race.
Oh, definitely, because, I mean, with wet races, you never know what you're going to get just because of how wide of a variety there are with wet racers. I mean, even as we've seen in, for example, Turkey of last year, I mean, Lance Stroll sitting on podium position with Lewis Hamilton, what, P3, P7? It's going to be interesting to see how it pans out.
Definitely.
Mansell goes fastest with a 103.
Oh, Painstead! Hello, Painstead! Very good lap from Painstead. He is showing his authority, isn't he?
Oh, definitely. And it looks like he even got boosted a little bit with the slipstream of Mansell as Stefan Rans secures a Q2 slot.
So, first shot fired to Painstead. As Jimmy Hunt goes very out of shape out of turn 9, so that'll cost him time to 1 minute 4.0. Alfie's invalidated, so let's go look at Bazza, the other McLaren driver, which you said before, guys, he has been waiting in the pits to set a lap, so let's see how that works out for him. So Bazza, of course, in the McLaren, teaming up with Jimmy Hunt for this season. Runs.
Sergeant Sergi
We
actually.
got a 1 minute 2. Payne's dead instead of 1 minute 2.
A 102 right after, just immediately after his other lap.
Oh, Bazza, so close. Jeez, how do you hold on to that?
It's gonna be a P8, bro.
But what a lap from Painstead. Unbelievable.
Honestly, I didn't even expect him to go to another lap as he had just finished his previous pole-sitting lap. It's going to be interesting to see if anybody can contend with this absolutely absurd time.
Painstead showing its authority again, isn't it? It's just Painstead, isn't it?
Definitely.
Goodness me, Painstead. What more can you do? I do not know. So looking at Bazza once more. Is he flying, I wonder? My Q1 time was the best. Clive Bennett. Ah, yes, indeed. As Clive Bennett returns with us with Pink Love. We're, of course, on into the racing points. Will Simpo, at the moment, warming up his house for a run. Let's see what Will Simpo can do as he flies through the turns 8 and 9. Is it validation? It is. Not.
Will it be? And it will be a double invalidation, which means he won't be able to set another lap. This lap. But maybe he even pushes those tires out to set another lap.
So what? So the plan is for anyone. Especially, I could see Stefan Rans going a little bit more faster. I could see Sergeant Sergi going faster. I could definitely see Mansell going faster. I think Mansell's 1 minute 3.5. It might be his banker lap. His banker lap for this.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, we've seen Mansell's pace of hitting a 103.1 in Q2, so it's going to be interesting to see if he's going to go out for another lap, or if he even has the tires to expend to do another lap. And it looks like he does as he actually exits the pits.
So Mansell's going to show what pace that what he's made of. That is such an outstanding time though. If he gets a 1 minute 2.9 anywhere near that, fair play to him, because Painston's been unbelievable this season.
Definitely, as it seems like Will Simpo is actually gonna go to try and set a lap on, what is it, like 4 lap hold tires? See how that pans out for him.
Comms are to shush, can only just hear the other bloke. I know that, I know. The audio has been a bit of a mishap at the moment. I don't know what's going on. We have tried so many things, but unfortunately we just can't seem to get around, so we had to keep it as it is, which is unfortunate. So yeah, what does Mansell need to do to get that to that 1 minute 2?
Honestly, he just needs to really be able to concentrate and get in that zone of speed, really. And also it's going to be really interesting for these drivers, because honestly they can really go out on those possibly like 2 to 3 lap old tires, as it's going to give them a pace diff advantage. And with this qualifying being so closely knit, I mean, you need every ounce of pace you can get, especially as we see, as we've seen Payne secure that P1 or that pole so far. but who knows, we might have a contender as Mantle goes around these final two corners, see what he can put out. As he invalidates it on the last corner.
And that would have been a woman at 4.7 as well. Well, would have, I think it's probably going to warm up to it. I put my audio straight down, the game audio, straight down to 2. So hopefully that could be fixing things. Well, hopefully fixing things. So yeah, Sergeant Sergi is on a validation lap. So let's have a look at Wooly. Let's have a look at Wooly. So what does Wooly need to do? Can he try and get anywhere near his teammate?
Honestly, he might be able to, as it does look like he is going for a hot lap right now. But who knows? I mean, with these tires, you just need every ounce of pace. As he does sit a purple sector 2, it seems like we're getting a very common occurrence of purple sector 2s here. It's really up to him as he pushes the track limits as much as he can. Let's see what it's gonna be. Clearing P2 so far. Absolutely quick laps coming out of these dudes. It's going to be very competitive.
Because that stage on, we are close to that stage where every lap, every corner counts.
Yeah, Sergeant Sergi actually goes out onto another quick lap, see what he can do, if he can beat his teammate. It's going to be very difficult.
2 minutes 10 to go here in qualified. It's been a sensational qualified so far, but Painstead still holds on to that first place with that 1 minute 2.9. But drivers are starting to get quicker and quicker as it goes along. But Painstead is not having none of it. But the scary thing is, Painstead is coming out for another lap.
Yeah, it seems like he's actually a bit frightened by these Renaults, and maybe even gonna try and set a quicker lap, which is going to be interesting to see. As we see Sergeant Sergey actually set a purple sector 1 and 2, see what he can do in the third sector and push those track limits as much as he can.
Yes, he's looking very close. I think Sergeant Sergey towards the line at 1 minute 2. No, it's still not enough.
It's going to be a P2 for him though, as he is on that front row, just a few hundredths of a second ahead of his teammates.
Wow.
Painstead coming around these final few corners as he sets a purple sector.
No way.
See what it can do.
No way.
He can extend his lead here.
No way. He goes Painstead towards turn 9. It's Painstead actually going to extend his advantage. It's going to be a 1 minute 2 point. Oh my god.
Oh my goodness. 2.5 tenths ahead of his previous best. It's going to be like, I think he's actually going to be able to lock out pole position here.
That is incredible from Painstead. A 1 minute 2 point. I think that's game, set, and match in my opinion.
Oh, definitely.
So Painstead gets pole. I don't see anyone else going anywhere near that. Not a chance. Yes, I did notice you're an 8 for race addiction. Don't you worry. I haven't forgotten you. Yeah. Stefan Rands goes a 10 faster in his second sector. He's looking to try and extend, trying to get into that front row. He's in currently row 2 at the moment with Wooly. But he's got to try and get into... Oh no! Stefan Rands! Oh no! That didn't go well.
Not at all. No, it looks like he may be just sitting there in P4 on that second...
And it goes Jimmy Hunt. Jimmy Hunt will go into P7 ahead of his teammates. So McLaren will lock out that row of the grid. So Jimmy Hunt and Baz will lock out the row behind Mansell and Simpo. So we've got Painstead and Sergi in the front row. Row 2 will be Wooly and Stefan Rands. In row 3 will be Mansell and Simpo. Row 4 will be an all McLaren lineup of Jimmy Hunt and Bazza. And then row 5 will be Race Addiction and It's Your Boy Alfie. What a good day for Renault.
definitely. It's gonna be interesting to see how their races pan out, as they are super close together. Uh, but who knows? All of it matters just onto that first, onto those 5 red lights, and just on that start, we're gonna see. As you know, I mean, you can lose the race on the first lap, but you can never win it. It's gonna be interesting to see how it pans out.
I mean, Payne's dead, man. What an astonishing lap time. A 1 minute 2.6. Oh, 3/10 of a second faster than Sergeant Sergi. That is scary.
Oh yeah, definitely. As I'm checking, and actually, Payne's Dead sets a quicker lap time than both Lewis Hamilton and Valtteri Bottas around the Austrian Grand Prix.
That is incredible. Fair play to Payne's dead, man. Jesus.
Almost 3/10.
Wow. That's
Absolutely
unbelievable.
insane.
And it is raining.
It is going to be interesting as this track is going to be wet. Who knows? Maybe conditions will clear up a bit.
It could get, or it could get worse. You never know.
Yeah, who knows? It looks like these drivers are going to maybe be starting out on the wet, just the intermediate tires, as the rain doesn't look too heavy. But who knows? Anything could happen.
They're saying that the game is asking to go on softs. Is the game okay?
Who knows? Maybe it seems like the weather's going to clear up a bit.
So the game is asking the drivers to go on the dry tyres. Have they done that? Let's have a look at the detail. Yes, they have. So the game is asked them to go onto the dry tyre. Maybe it's just a sprinkle. So the reason why my game, the reason why I've turned my game audio down to audio 2 is just so that you can just hear Kaiser. So right now, I've turned my game audio straight down to 2 as Payne's dead. My goodness. Well, luckily you don't get damage during formation lap. So bit of a lucky escape.
People are getting disqualified rather quickly here. Already 4 disqualifications. That's going to impact them heavily.
Especially in the wet conditions. You really need to heat up these tyres in these conditions.
Oh yeah, definitely. As it looks like our only medium runner is going to be break the rules.
King Willsy's in here, so which is good to see. He's our 18th runner.
Yeah, unfortunately we weren't able to see any laps from him in qualifying.
He's got to join us for the race though, which is the main thing.
Oh yeah.
So, Payne's dead lining up is Alfa Romeo towards turn number 8, and he'll line his car onto turn 9. So, you might have driven these conditions before. I don't know if you did, Kaiser. What's it like driving on these tyres in these sort of very awkward conditions?
I did actually during my qualifying session for the F2 race, and it's definitely slippery. You don't have as much grip as you think you do, and it's going to be interesting to see how these drivers will start out and see if we actually get any wheel spins coming out of turn 1 as we see the back of the grid coming out and lining up.
There's King Willsy. There's King Willsy's Alpha Tower just lining up. There is Jimmy Hunt. And Bazza just lining his McLaren up onto the 8th place position on the grid. Waiting for the 5 red lights here in Austria. We're ready to go. Here we can see the Rolex sign ready. We've got 5 red lights to the Australian. When they go out, we will say... Boogity, boogity, boogity! Let's go racing in the glory-stricken hills of Austria! As we got...
Sergey gets gets a good start.
And Sergi down the inside, Paystead runs a bit wide, he gets all out of shape, but look at Sergeant Sergi get past Paystead, and then gets the lead done. Sergi gets a brilliant start over Paystead. Paystead gets out of shape. We got Casco far wide in the background. That's the Ferraris of Giannetti, and Race Addiction got colossal contact in the midfield. The McLarens, oh, we got the Williams of, I believe, I think it's the Haas driver of Will Simpo, all out of shape, and look at Paystead and Woolley. I think the Renaults are going to first and second. They have. Oh, they're fighting now. Paystead going down the inside of the both of the Renault drivers. Is free wide, side by side. Paystead, oh, did he hold on to that? And he's going on the outside of Sergeant Sergi. And look at this Mansell down the inside. Renault 1-2 here in Austria. Paystead onto. He was in all. Oh, Paystead is out. Paystead. Paystead. Paystead! Oh, it's all out of sorts. There's qualifying. All his good work in qualifying is gone. Oh man, it's such a shame for Paystead. And look at the Renault side by side going into turn number 1. And Sergeant Sergi and Woolley side by side, but not enough to go for it with a very eagle line of intent. But my goodness me, you got to feel sorry for Paystead after all that work.
Oh, definitely. After setting a 102.6 in quali, as Baza actually goes on the intermediate tires, as well as Will Simpo, King Wilsey, and break the rules. It's going to be interesting to see. Do they see that these tires are, that these conditions are going to...
Look at side by side between Stefan Rans and Mansell, side by side between the two of them. There's Red Bull and Ferrari go side by side, going through out of turn 4 as they go into turn 5. Who's got the grip? Who's got bravery as Mansell holds on? I'll tell you now, it's Renault's day is getting better and better, Kaiser.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, they're pulling out a huge gap right now. And it's looking very good for them as they continue to extend that gap. But who knows, especially with...
Oh, that's the racing point gone round! That was Funky! Funky's gone round in the racing point out of the last corner, and he has gone round. So unlucky there. Is it the track I want? Is it too slippery? Is it too wet? We don't know. It's still very mixed conditions, but I think in my mind it's still a bit too dry for Inters.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely really mixed conditions here because, I mean, we've seen a few drivers go out on those intermediate tires, but we have a few drivers who are staying on those soft tires. So we'll see if it pans out, if the weather is going to maybe worsen and the soft tire runners are going to drop back. It's going to be very interesting to see how it will affect their strategies.
So looking at Race Addiction on the back of Bossy Gaming. This is 3 tenths a second behind each other. The Irishmen looking very close to Bossy Gaming. And look at the Renaults. They are really pulling away from Mansell. Are they team working, I wonder?
Maybe. It doesn't really seem like it though, as Sergeant Sergey has already pulled out a 1 second lead from his teammate. So, who knows how it's going to be.
As Race Addiction looking down there, a little sneaky down the inside of Bossy Gaming. Got Bossy Gaming runs a bit wide as Race Addiction closes even more on the mark. So here comes Race Addiction. Race Addiction down to the inside of Bossy Gaming. Now can he get the drive? He made Bossy Gaming go a bit too deep. And now he'll get the drive. And oh, Bossy Gaming almost wiped him out. Very close there for Bossy Gaming to wipe. And we got a safety car. We got a safety car here in Austria. I wonder what happened.
Wilsey lost his front wing coming out of turn 7, it seems. So he's pitting right now. See what he can do.
Was Bossy Gaming trying to take out Race Addiction there? Because he almost wiped him out.
It seems like it.
But what a start for Renault. What a start.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's going to be interesting to see if they can hold the lead here, as it looks like...
Mansell's coming in.
Mansell's actually going to go into the pits see if he can put on the intermediate just to tire, or as these conditions seem to worsen.
I don't know, because Will Simpo is on the hard tyre, so is King Wilsey, and so is and Painstead's gone to the medium. So it's very. And look at the.
Like all these drivers into those medium tires.
Jimmy Hunt's coincidence. They don't. The drivers don't know. They don't know what the conditions are like.
Yeah, as we see Jimmy Hunt pushing onto those intermediate tires, as we see other drivers pushing on those mediums, and some even pushing on those hard tires without much grip. It's going to be interesting to see how it pans out, as I think some of these drivers, like Race Addictions and Neji, on these hard tires aren't going to do too well in these wetter conditions, as those hard tires don't have a whole ton of grip. It's going to be interesting to see how their race pans out.
So, right now, Renault are leading 1 and 2. Great start for Renault after a very good lap 1. But the big story is Painstead. After lap 1 of this race, spinning off on the after exit of turn number 7 and spinning off into the gravel, damaging his front wing, and he's all the way down in P17. That's the big story so far. After all that, it all started with just Renault literally pressuring Painstead, pushing into a mistake.
Yeah, I mean, it's, who knows, it might even be a penalty for them, for one of those Renault drivers, but I didn't see it too much. But who knows? It's all up to those stewards. See what they.
I don't think the runners or anything anybody says to control. I've just pressured Pacer into an almighty mistake, which was good work from the Renault team.
Yeah. As we get actually a report from Bossy Gaming, as he does say there isn't any grip out there. Intermediate tires.
Right. So people on Inters, which is Jimmy Hunt, Bossy Gaming, Bazza, Funky, and Break the Rules.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting because I think these conditions are actually worsening as we've seen the rain get a bit heavier around the track.
There's a report coming in from Geo saying Wilsey is trying to take Pains out. I'll have to keep a close eye on that one once they get close together. Hopefully that's not the case, because I want to see fair racing out here.
Oh yeah, definitely. As we're just possible safety car in within the next 2 laps, as we do see.
We'll just wait on TMBA, Painstead. Yeah, we're just waiting on Simpo, TMBA, Painstead, Wilsey, and Break the Rules. That's who we're waiting on. So right now, as these early 6 laps, very good few laps in this race, very good few laps to say, very action packed. So right now it's all looking very, very good for Renault, but it's still very, very early stages so far.
Oh yeah, definitely. We've also seen no DNFs from the F1 category.
Oh, Race Addiction! What happened to him? He went off the circuit. And he's probably lost a few places. Has he got any front wing damage, I wonder? As we've got a helicopter shot over him, I'm trying to see if there's any damage on that racing point. That doesn't look like it, to be fair. I'm looking at the back of his car right now. It's like, it doesn't look like there's any damage.
Yeah, he hasn't lost his plates, so it looks like he'll be pretty fine there.
Always have a good helicopter shot. Oh, there's our first retirement.
As Will Simpo DNFs.
As King Wilsey just come past him now. Yeah, that's a very nasty accident for King Wilsey. For Will Simpo.
Oh, and it looks like Will Simpo actually has terminal damage, and that's why he retired.
Yeah.
I wonder if he maybe spun out into the wall or something.
Very awkward accident.
Comes in this lap.
Okay, so got Sergeant Sergi leading this Grand Prix so far after 7 laps of this race. King Wilson's about to join the group very soon, but he's probably going to miss the safety car restart. But that's alright, he can still catch up. So, Sergeant Sergi slows the pack down, He's now the control safety car, so no one can overtake him. He's now controlling the field. He's now the priority. Oh, and there you go. Race Addiction's hit. Race Addiction and
Baza has made collision.
So right now, feeling a bit too slow for some drivers. As there we go, Sergeant Surgery puts his foot down. Here we go. They're off for Gracie once more. As look at Gordo and Stefan as they go side by side, going into turn number 1. Gordo and Stefan side by side. They're forcing each other off the track. Very close stuff there, but Gordo forces his way through. Jimmy Hunt flies through on those intermediate tyres. Is those inters working for him? As he goes flying past Gordo, is that a sign? I wonder, Kaiser.
Oh, as the Ferrari actually of Neji, I think, spun out and loses positions. Not good for his race.
Stefan Rans has fallen way back the field. Goodness. As Funky G gets past him, there's a load of cars to go side by side. Funky G on those things. Yeah, I think it might be time for the intermediates, because look at it, they're streaking past them right now.
Yeah, I mean, there's absolutely no grip on any tires besides those softs, which are...
Look at this, Buzzer's flying through. Look at the intermediate runners, they're absolutely flying through this field.
Oh yeah, I mean, it looks like a few drivers are actually gonna have to start pitting soon and switch on those intermediates, as we've seen this pace of these intermediate runners absolutely fly through the field.
Unbelievable. So look, oh no, Wooly got a bit out of shape. Jimmy Hunt goes into second. Wow. As the Ferraris overtake each other, Stefan Rans gets past back his teammate. As Jimmy Hunt now on the chase of Sergeant Sergi. What a turnaround for Jimmy Hunt.
Absolutely. And I mean, he's got those fresher tires, and those soft tires are about to start running off, and in these wet conditions it's not going to look good. So it seems as if we're going to have all of these drivers soon switch onto those intermediate tires and see who can get into first place and into that clean air and really start pushing their way forward.
Break the Rules has retired in the pits, so that's him done for the day. As Payne's there trying to climb his way through the field. As Funky G gets past Stefan Rans.
Oh, someone spun out.
That's Alfie.
Alfie spun out.
The AUS has been enabled.
Oh, so it looks like these conditions might actually clear up. As Neji flies into the pits. Looks like Neji, done with these hard tires, is actually gonna go onto the intermediates. See how that works out for him.
Alfie's retired. Virtual safety car. Oh, Alfie's crashed out.
Oh no.
So Alfie's crashed.
Good for him.
So Alfie has crashed out. That's unlucky for Alfie. So right now, it's quite complex. Jimmy Hunt is 3.9 behind Sergeant Sergi. So it looks like he's pulling away. The conditions are so mixed, we don't know which tyres which is better.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like these intermediate runners are the dominant force here, as we have seen them make their way through the field like some snakes. It's absolutely insane. As Neji gets a drive-through penalty for speeding under the safety car, not good for his race. I mean, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how Sergeant Sergi plays this out, as his pit stop is coming up soon. As someone goes off...
TMBA, it's gone off. That's TMBA, not good for his part. He's now gone down to 12, and Painshead has now gone up to 8th place now. So Painshead going making a comeback here.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, it's going to be interesting.
So
it looks like a few drivers might switch onto those intermediates.
Funky G's on the back of Mansell. This is intermediate versus medium runner. Fifth is 4th against 5th. Looks like Funky G's got a bit more confidence on those tyres than Mansell has. So Mansell not finding any purchase or grip right now. Trying to find a way to get past Mansell. Mansell holding his own. Funky G got a little bit more tighter into the turn. Looks like a little more better. Pay's dead has got a penalty. Unlucky for him there.
Oh yeah, definitely. And it's gonna be definitely a bit harder for these drivers as the rain light on the back of the car is on right now, which means they won't have any notifications when their rival is low on ERS, which is going to create some interesting battles here.
I think Mansell's in. No, it's not Mansell, it's Wooly. Wooly is in from third place.
Onto those hard tires.
Risky move.
Yeah, I mean there isn't a whole ton of grip out here.
Trust me, Gio. I'm trusting you. Kaiser's mic, bless, is on the highest highest point possible. There's nothing we can do. Sorry, man. We have tried, haven't we?
As the Mercedes of Bossy Gaming actually goes off.
Side by side between King Willsey and Race Addiction. Side by side going into turn number 4 as Race Addiction gets past the AlphaTauri of King Willsey. Good move. And Funky G still harassing Mansell, but Mansell just holding on.
He makes a mistake. Actually almost losing the car there, which is going to cost him a few tenths. It's going to be interesting to see how this battle...
Mansell's caught Jimmy Hunt. Mansell has caught Jimmy Hunt now. Right, this is interesting.
And it's actually pretty interesting. I think the track has dried up a bit more as we do see these intermediate runners start to fall back a tiny bit more.
So we got Mansell on the back of Jimmy Hunt's McLaren as they go into turn number 3, as now Mansell now puts on the power. He's now trying to get close on Jimmy Hunt's McLaren. You can see that orange papaya car right in front of him. He's closing, but not enough to close down until yet. Jimmy Hunt holding on. Now Mansell really putting on the door, pushing down hard as Jimmy Hunt, Mansell and Funky is side by side between the two of them. Mansell rounding out to God, Funky around the outside. Very good move from Funky. Right around the outside of turn 5. That's an incredible move there from Funky. Brilliant stuff from him. And now he's going to try. Oh, Funky makes it all gone all wrong. Funky got it all wrong and Mansell flies past him. Very bad move there from Funky. Got all out of shape in turn 6 and 7. Not a good, I mean, an impressive move as well.
As we see a three-way battle actually forming up with the Alfa Romeo TMBA and the AlphaTauri and pink Mercedes of King Willsey and Race Addiction, as we see the Alfa Romeo.
So McLaren have gone for the hard tyres. Mansell still harassing Jimmy Hunt's McLaren. Can Mansell get past that McLaren, I wonder? He's doing his best. He's closing hard. Trying to get close. There's now 4 tenths. Almost 3 tenths a second between the two. No, it's not enough just yet for Mansell. He's doing all his best. Race Addiction and King Willsey are still fighting out in battle for P9 and 10 as they try to close down on number TMBA, but it's not doing all well for him at the moment because they're still fighting at the moment. They got both looking now shape there, Race Addiction and King Willsey, and they got Gordo right behind this lot. So Gordo's having a little sneaky peek on this battle as they go for a turn 5, really struggling out there at the moment. Is that those intermediates? I don't think they're working at the moment. I think so because Gordo is getting a lot more grip on those entities. King Willsey's really being aggressive right now with his defending. He needs to be very careful. Gordo's looks he's got much more grip on those intermediates. Is it intermediate running? Still, I wonder. As Funky G gets back on the back of Mansell, this is the battle for P3 as Mansell and Funky G side by side. Yeah, I definitely think it's safe to say it is definitely intermediates. Funky G has gone straight past Mansell like it's nothing. And look at Funky G. Oh, he's hit the back of him.
Oh, as we see, Race Addiction actually get hit with Gordo losing a front plate of his wing, I think. That's not going to be good for his race, as he actually does push Race Addiction back into P12. It's going to be quite upsetting for him, as we will see that into the Stewart's box later.
And I got side by side between TNBA and Hex Fortron. As TNBA, I've got past Hex Fortron. Hex Fortron struggling out there at the moment. Let's go back to the front lot because we got Mansell on the back of Jimmy Hunt. Jimmy Hunt's not having a good time out there. Mansell closing even more. Can he get past that McLaren and Jimmy Hunt? Jimmy Hunt's got the DRS at the moment, but now going towards turn number 1 as Jimmy Hunt now closes in on Funky G, but not anymore because Funky G pulls away even more. Mansell even closer to Funky G than he wants to Jimmy Hunt now if he wants. Here comes Mansell around the outside going into turn 3, trying to get the switchback move. No, because the Ferrari Stefan Ranz is right behind him. A little bit out-shaped there for Mansell. Good save. And look at this. Now trying to get past Jimmy Hunt's McLaren towards turn number 4. Can he get past it? Now he's got the inside line. Now he's got the drive. And now Dyson gets past it. Good move from Mansell. Oh, gets out of shape, but good save as Stefan Ranz now is looking to get another fight. He's looking very interested in that Ferrari. He wants to have a little pop at Jimmy Hunt. It's going down the inside of turn 6. You don't often take a place through there. Now they go front turn 7, and he gets the move done. Good move for Stefan Ranz there.
Oh yeah, definitely. As we see the comeback of Painstead as he is in 6th place from pretty much the very back of the grid.
So Jimmy Hunt's coming in. I think it's going to be drive tires for Jimmy Hunt. As Sergeant Sergi's now been on 16 laps on those soft tires. I think one more lap and I think that'll be him done and dusted for the soft tires.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm surprised he's even keeping those tires going for this long. I mean, it's absolutely extraordinary to see.
Gordo and King Wilsey are still fighting, and Wooly's in the middle of this fight. Gordo's trying to get past King Wilsey. King Wilsey holds the inside line. Gordo will have to stick to the outside line. Then he'll have to switch back. Oh, they made contact. Not good for the both of them. And here now, who's going to get the drive first? Here comes Gordo and King Wilsey down towards turn number 4. And look at this. Oh, Gordo could have gone to the outside there, but King Wilsey was blocking him off. King Wilsey now for shoving in towards the outside line. Gordo will not be happy about that with his defending. Oh, Gordon straight down the outside. Gordon gets the inside line, gets King Wilsey. Good move. Oh, we got King Wilsey now trying to take on Wooly. And Wooly now trying to hold on. Wooly and King Wilsey are having a little scrap. Now you can see what King Wilsey can do against Wooly, because Gordo has gone past him on those intermediate tires. So right now it's a bit of a mix and choose right now between the compounds. No one knows what's which, as we got Mansell getting passed by Stefan Ranz. So Stefan Ranz gets past Mansell. Mansell is struggling out there for grip right now. He's doing all he can to get past Stefan Ranz, and Stefan Ranz got to drive out of the way. Now we go back down to the midfield. Let's see what Gordo can do as he holds off King Wilsey. Can King Wilsey goes for a massive dive bomb, taking the both of them out? Wooly sneaks past them, could have done, massive wheel spin, and they takes off King Wilsey. Very, very odd stuff there, as Race Addiction gets past King Wilsey. King Wilsey's not going to be his best piece about that. It cuts Race Addiction on the back of Wooly. Stefan Ranz has gone past Funky. What's going on with Funky, I wonder? What's going on with Funky? He's gone into the pits. That's the reason why. Whew.
And it seems like actually Gordo has a bit of front wing damage, as his right wing plate and maybe even his left has been knocked off.
As Gordo is coming in. So Gordo is coming in as Funky G gets onto those soft tires, as Sergeant Sergi is still out there on those tires, as Race Addiction is coming towards. Oh, Gordo's retired.
Yeah, Gordo's done. I mean, he really didn't have any option there, as his wing was complete, his wing end plates were
I had to interrupt you because here comes Race Addiction, Funky and Wooly as they got. Oh no! They made more contact. The Racing Points hitting the back of the Renault. Renault's day is probably going down to pot as Race Addiction trying to get past Wooly. Race Addiction and Wooly side by side going into the turn 4. Oh, he's trying to get past it, but no, that's to stay where he is.
I need a drink after that, and I'm not even the one commentating these battles.
I know, man.
It looks like Sergeant Sergi actually pits and goes onto those medium tires.
And it comes Mansell, Stefan Rans for the lead. They're side by side. This is for the battle for the race lead. And it's Mansell, Stefan Rans side by side going towards turn number 2. Now they go towards turn 3 as Mansell swings past Stefan Rans, got into the lead. Beautiful racing, beautiful stuff from the two of them, and Mansell retakes the lead from Stefan Rans as Sergeant Sergey stops. But mind you, Sergey's done extremely well with the soft tyres, getting a massive gap to the players behind him. As Painstead is in 3rd place right now. What a comeback from Painstead!
Absolutely. I mean, starting just after lap 1, I mean, in what, last place? I mean, this is seriously going to be a Checo around Bahrain moment, as we see Race Addictions and Jimmy Hunt battling for P9 as Jimmy gets the move done going into turn 5. See what they can do. It looks like Race Addiction is going to back off. Jimmy secures that move.
And they go then. The Race Addiction gets. Oh, maybe not. They got all out of shape. Very close stuff there. Race Addiction has to slam on the brakes as Jimmy Hunt literally all out of shape on our turn 6. And that's how it ends. And look at this. Stefan Rans and Mansell still fighting. Still fighting away for this P1, P2 position. What's happening to TMPA? He's gone into the pits for new mediums. So TMPA in for new mediums. Stefan Rans closing in even more on Mansell. Mansell trying to get close, trying to get past Mansell, but Mansell holds on even more, not letting past the Ferrari any room at all. And Pacehead is getting closer and closer and closer to this fight. Sergeant Sergi actually is on the back of Pacehead already. Sergeant Sergi is a real favourite to win this race right now.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's going to be interesting to see how all this pans out as we have another 15 laps to go, and anything can happen.
Oh, Pacehead's crash! Pacehead's crash!
Dead is out.
No.
His front wing almost completely gone.
Oh man!
Another lap with that wing.
Painstead, after all that work, wasted. Look at Stefan.
Stefan Rans goes around the outside into turn 3 of Mansell. Looks like he isn't going to get the job done, but he will have the DRS going into turn 4. See what he can do. Maybe get some late braking going in.
No, that's still so. But oh man, Painstead, man, he was doing so well, but not anymore. Yes, and he has to come in for a new front wing. But Painstead will now hope for a safety car now, as he's understeering all the time, going for a turn 4. As Stefan Rans is really putting on the pressure on Mansell. I think it's time for those medium tyres to actually come in and have a service, because right now it looks like they're shot right now.
Oh yeah, definitely. As Stefan Rans does hit that curb on the last turn, which absolutely throws your car over to the side. And it looks like Sergeant Sergi is actually making a comeback here, as he does set the fastest lap of the race on those fresh medium tires. It looks like he's actually going to start making some moves here onto the first 2 positions, as they do have very old tires. But as we saw, Sergeant Sergi is able to pull those, just absolutely save those tires, as we saw him do almost 20 laps on those soft tires and stay in pole position. We'll see what he can do, as it looks like he's going to be a contender for this win, coming on the back of Stefan Rans. See what they can do coming into turn 6 and 7.
Sergeant Sergi, Stefan Rans close together. The rain has stopped here, by the way. The rain has stopped here in Austria. Rain has stopped. So dry tyres will be the ultimate goal. Sergeant Sergi, Mansell comes in. He's probably going to go for his soft tyres. Sergeant Sergi closes in. And it's been easy pass on Stefan Rans. There's no chance of that Ferrari going to fight him. He's not even going to bother. And he'll take first place away from Stefan Rans. Sergeant Sergi played a brilliant race today. And I think it's sorely Stefan Rans is not going to go for a move. He's not. He knows it's not his fight. His fight is with that Red Bull driver, Mansell. If I was Stefan Rans now, come into the pit and try and cover off Mansell the best he can. Let's have a look at Woolley, Jimmy Hunt. Let's have a look at these two. These two are fighting at the moment. They're close together at the moment. They're a bit off showing there for Woolley as Jimmy Hunt holds on to that 5th place position right now. But Woolley has got no penalties right now. Looking very good to take that 5th place away from Mansell. He's on this 11 lap old hard tyres right now. He's doing very well to keep his goal there. Has left the session, unfortunately. But Stefan Rans needs to come in. He has to come in. And he does go in. So he's got to cover Mansell. Is it enough?
Sergeant Sergi sets the fastest lap again, a 107.0. And that's going to be the fastest lap of the race so far on those medium tires. As we do see a battle start coming out here between King Wilsey and the AlphaTauri and Hex in the...
It's Stefan Rans and Hex fault. By the way, Mansell has overtaken Stefan Rans, and that will be position 3 for Mansell. Mansell go into 3rd, getting a good 2-second gap over Stefan. So Stefan has got 2 seconds to make to take down. Let's have a look at that battle that you mentioned. And now it's Hex Fortron and King Wilsey. Have a look at him. And Painstead is fair play to him. He's not giving up. He wants points today, does Painstead, because any point can matter in this championship.
Yeah, as he puts on those soft tires, and it looks like he's actually going to try and push those to the end, as there are only 9 laps left in this race. It's going to be interesting to see how it pans out with these penalties as well, as numerous amounts of people, probably over 90 or 80% of the grid, does in fact have penalties.
As Funky G gets a penalty. So right now, we're looking at this fight run. This is for the lower points. But look at Painstead going down the inside of X4tron. Literally like a hot knife through hot butter. And slices past X4tron absolutely with ease. And he's now going to try to take down King Wilson as a sort of a bad penalty for Painstead. Gets another penalty for it. Now he's going to try and take on King Wilsey. King Wilsey is a bit of an aggressive driver, so Painstead will have to be careful with King Wilsey as he goes into the slipstream. Oh, and King Wilsey trying to cover off Painstead. Can he take the outside line? He's got the move. Oh, he's shoving. He's shoving. Oh, what are they doing? Oh, what are they doing?
Looks like the AlphaTauri does in fact go.
What are they doing? What were they doing?
Absolute disaster.
Oh man, we got a safety car. Well,
as King Wilsey retires from the race.
That is embarrassing. Really embarrassing to watch that. That's that. Yeah, you carry on.
It's going to be interesting to see how the rest of this race pans out with the safety car, as we are entering the last few laps of this race. I mean, it's going to be interesting as Funky pits.
Bad news. This is bad news for Sergeant Sergi. This is bad news for him.
Oh, absolutely. As he is on those slightly older medium tires, with Mansell going to catch up to him with those fresh new soft tires, and Stefan Rans just behind him with those absolutely new, pristine, fresh soft tires. It's going to be interesting to see how this pans out. See who has the better pace and who's going to go for the win.
Well, I'd love to see what happens between King Wilsey and Painstead. That was despicable racing. I hate seeing people when they do this. I mean, when they yes, it's very aggressive, but when it gets too aggressive, it just sparks fire. Then they get really angry. It's not very good. Nice. It's not really nice to see. So hopefully that can get results. But yeah, but as you said before, Sergeant Sergi's in a bit of spot to bother because now because they got the safety car out. Now he's got two very, very fresh soft tire runners in Mansell, Stefan Rans. But Bossy Gaming is in front of this lot. He's already a lap down, but they can't overtake him because of the safety car rules on the game, which is a bit silly.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's going to be interesting. I mean, Sergeant Sergi does have a bit of balance here because he does have a car in between him and those soft runners. It's going to be interesting to see how it pans out with the safety car.
Now, if I was Bossy Gaming, when the safety car does come in, he holds his position, but when he gets to the main street, he needs to move out. He needs to move out of the way.
Oh, definitely.
So,
I mean,
we're looking at this. Okay, right now it's between Mansell. Right now, Mansell could win this race hands down because he's got no penalties. Stefan Rans has. So right now, advantage Mansell.
oh yeah, definitely. I mean, but who knows? With Sergeant Sergi, we've seen his pace even with those absolutely like 80-year-old soft tires. It's going to be interesting to see how the rest of this race pans out as the safety car doesn't seem to come in this lap. Looks like we're going to go for another lap with the safety car, maybe even more. We also have to remember penalties are going to be a huge thing here, as Mansell actually might be on the edge of penalties.
So you can check that out while we go through the field. So right now, during the safety car period, lap 20 out of 36, we got Sergeant Sergi first, Mansell second. Them two haven't got a penalty yet. We got Stefan Rans third, Funky fourth, TMBA fifth, Hex Voltron sixth, Wooly in seventh, Jimmy Hunt and Bazza both McLarens 8th and 9th. Race Addiction in 10th place as Painstead comes through the last quarter to take 11th. Janeji in 12th, King Wellesley 13th, and Bossy Gaming in 14th place. But I think, yeah, King Wellesley has left the session after that embarrassing race of, well, sportsmanship with him and Painstead. Hopefully those two get sorted out after the end of the race. But right now, it's advantage soft tire runners against that medium tire runner of Sergeant Sergi. Yes, they're on 4 to 3 lap old soft tires, but they are underneath the safety car. That means their tires not going to get punished as much. They're not graining as much. So really, tire life underneath the safety car, guys, is not really going to be an effect.
I mean, possibly, as it does seem like Mansell is on 2 penalties here.
Well, 2 warnings.
Sorry, 2 warnings, sorry. With Sergeant Sergi, as I'm checking now, on 2 warnings as well. So it's going to be really interesting to see how this pans out, as neither of them can go on to the absolute limit without being super careful.
If they get a 3-second penalty, it doesn't matter because Stefan Rans is on that 3-second penalty as well. So it's going to be very interesting to see. But here we go. Sergeant Sergi about to launch the field away from the... Oh, he's gone too close to the safety car. Now everyone's going to bunch up behind him. So I think it's gone a bit too early. So Sergeant Sergi's bunched on the field a bit too much, in my opinion. Maybe it's just street check, I don't know. Stefan Rans got all out of shape. Here comes Funky on the back of Stefan Rans. Stefan Rans was all sorts of problem with Funky. Funky down on the inside, got into turn 1. And he made contact. Oh, Sergeant Sergi's out. Sergeant Sergi's out.
Sergeant Sergi's out!
No way! Sergeant Sergi was doing so well! Oh my goodness, what a shame!
And it looks like, from Sergeant Sergi, it's actually going to be, as I scroll down this list of penalties and warnings,
Oh,
it's going to look like he had terminal damage, so he spun out And that's
Oh
not
my god, what's going on here? What on earth is going on here? Oh my goodness grief, Hex Fortron and TM. What is going on, man? What is actually going on with these races today? Goodness sake. Just Jimmy Hunt goes into fourth after all that. Oh, virtual safety car.
a virtual safety car come out. Absolutely insane the last few laps here.
I mean, oh, I don't know. And
it looks like Mansell's actually going to secure the win for this Austria race, as the person behind him does in fact have penalties, which...
Whoa! Race addiction here in the back of Painstead!
And that's not going to be... And it looks like he doesn't actually have any front wing damage.
He almost hit him. He just moved out of the way just in the nick of time. Okay, so we're looking at Mansell. Mansell is advantage Mansell. If he doesn't get a penalty, he wins. End of story. As we go green once more, hopefully for the last time. As Funky is stuck between two McLarens at the moment. Wooly is holding on in third. As we've got Funky on the back of Jimmy Hunt. Jimmy Hunt's holding on for fourth place at the moment. He's on the back of Wooly's car, but Wooly's starting to streak away. And they've got side by side at the moment with Painstead. And Bazza holds off, but not anymore. He doesn't. Painstead goes into sixth place with under investigation, I wonder. I agree with you there, Bradley. So let's have a look at Jimmy Hunt closing in on the third place car of Wooly. And Painstead go down the inside. Can Painstead get Funky? No! Funky gets away from it just in time. And Bazza trying to close in on Painstead. Painstead trying to close in on Funky. Funky holding on only just. So Painstead will have to close in on the door. As always looking on hitting the back of the racing point of Funky G. But Funky G just holds on just for now. Right now this is a sprint race. 4 laps to go. 2.2 between Stefan Rand and Mansell. Mansell still is good to win this race if he doesn't get a penalty. So right now this fight is all down to the midfield. Who is going to get the few points I want? The Pacer gets a tighter line. The Funky has Mansell fast up of the race so far. 1 minute 5.384. This is really good. This has been unbelievable stuff. Well, when I say unbelievable, it's been unbelievably good racing, but with a few bad stuff in there as well. Hopefully I can get sorted out. Here goes Painstead. Painstead squeeze. Oh, Funky G, give him some room, mate. Come on. And look at that. I think that's Wooly. And look at this Wooly. It's just taking on Jimmy Hunt as well. But it's side by side between the two. Painstead. The drag race going down towards turn 4. Jimmy Hunt gets the place done. As Funky G gets overtaken by Painstead. Unbelievable stuff.
Painstead absolutely making a comeback here. Might even be able to contest for a podium.
But he's under investigation though. He's under investigation, don't forget, for with the incident with Wilsey. So it's under investigation.
True that, so it looks like Painstead is going to be out of contention for a podium, but you have to admit he has put up quite the amazing race today, starting from the back of the grid in lap 1, going all the way towards the front. Absolutely astonishing racing from him today.
As Painstead now, he's on the back of Wooly. Can Painstead take Wooly now to take 4th? He's going to do the best he can in case of anything comes up with the Stewart. So he is under investigation for bad racing or something like that against King Wilsey. That will be an under investigation. So is Hex Fortron and TMPA. They're not under investigation. But Jimmy Hunt doing all he can in that McLaren to get into that 3rd place position. Wilsey, breaking news, King Wilsey has been banned has been banned. So King Wilsey is banned. Well, damn if you do, damn if you don't. Here comes Painstead and Wooly. And Wooly holds on for pace over Painstead is absolutely flying. But here comes Painstead doing all he can on Jimmy, on Wooly. Jimmy Hunt still in front of him. 2 laps to go. Can Painstead get past Wooly? No. So that means they have to go down through. And can he get past Wooly this time? Wooly holds on even more. But here comes Painstead. Inside, outside, inside, outside, inside again. And look at this going to go. Now he goes for the dive. Now he goes for the move. And Jimmy Hunt is next on the hit list. But they're still side by side. DRS for the both of them. Here we go. This is the drag race down to turn 4. This is unbelievable. Here comes William Pacer side by side going through turn 4. Can the move be done? Yes. Painstead goes into 4th. I think now, Painstead about to take on Jimmy Hunt for 3rd place. He's doing all he can. Oh, Painstead gets another penalty. That's 9 seconds to his race time. As Mansell starts the final lap of the race, and Race Addiction gets a penalty. It's been absolute chaos. Some racing, even embarrassing. But you know what? The race is still epic as ever. As Painstead, Jimmy Hunt, coming through turn 1, Jimmy Hunt and Painstead towards turns 2 and 3. Painstead having a look down the inside of Jimmy Hunt's McLaren as it goes down the inside of Jimmy Hunt. Jimmy Hunt holds on for only might. Jimmy Hunt gets pushed out wide. That presents Wooly a chance. Wooly and Jimmy Hunt side by side towards turn 4. We'll get to Matt in the mile. Oh, a bit of contact between the two of them. This can be very close. Jimmy Hunt gets very close. Bit forced down wide. Here comes Wooly through towards turn 5. This is very close. Side by side they go. This has been unbelievable. Oh no, no, oh no! Jimmy Hunt got absolutely cut off as Mansell, out of all of this, wins the Austrian Grand Prix. Mansell wins. Unbelievable. Stefan Rans gets the 2nd place. Painstead, under investigation, gets 3rd. Wooly will get the 3rd place. Funky G, as the lobby sorts itself out, Wooly gets 3rd. Janeji 4th. Bazza 5th. Funky G is 6th. Jimmy Hunt 7th. Painstead in 8th, Race Addiction 9th, TMBA will finish home in the 10th place position. Hex Fortron 11th, King Wilsey, the band King Wilsey is in 12th, and Bossy Gaming will come home in P13. My voice is gone.
Yeah, absolutely astonishing racing today from all drivers on the grid. As we get Funky G as the driver of the day, absolutely deserves it. And honestly, we've seen great battles today.
Some embarrassing ones.
Definitely embarrassing battles and great battles. And honestly, well deserved to Mansell. So sad for Sergeant Sergey. Honestly, just
Jimmy Hunt as well.
Yeah, honestly, absolutely crazy racing today around the track of Austria in these mixed conditions. Definitely an amazing race.
So we're going to run through the order here in the Austria Grand Prix. Mansell gets 1st, Stefan Rans gets 2nd, Wooly gets 3rd. That's our podium winners today. We hope we get a win with it. Janeji 4th, Bazza 5th, Funky G 6th, Jimmy Hunt 7th, Painstead 8th, Race Addiction 9th, TMBA in 10th. It's Fortron 11th, King Wilsey is in 12th, Bossy Game 30th, Sergeant Sergi is in 14th, Gordo in P50, Alfie in 16th, Break the Rules in 17th, and Wilson Poe in the 18th position. It's been unbelievable, this race. Unbelievable racing. Mansell's with us. Congratulations to him, Stefan Rans. Hopefully he can join us very soon as well. Let's see if we can get Wooly in into the party. Hopefully we can get him in. Let me see if I can do this. I wonder. Well, Mansell, hello, Mansell. It's nice to see you back.
Yeah.
We'll have a word with you in just a moment. So I'll have a word with you in just a moment. So let's get Wooly in because they can't hear you because I'm on the PlayStation screen. So let's have a look at Wooly. Wooly, is it 2 lines? Yeah. Oh, I can't add Wooly in for some reason. I can't add Wooly in. Okay, let's see if we can get Stefan in.
How come you can't add a William?
Because of the settings.
Okay.
Yeah, Stefan can hear us. Hopefully he can join the party. But let's start off with the winner. Well, the only person in this party, Mansell. What an incredible race that was. Very argy-bargy in some places, but you kept it clean, kept it sensible.
Yeah.
And you won your second race of the season. How do you feel?
Amazing. The first stint, I mean, I didn't get it. I mean, I don't know if it was slicks or intermediates. I couldn't change my tyre at the start anyway, so I had to start in the softs. But I stayed out on the slicks because I know it was going to go dry at some point. I was struggling a lot when it was raining, but I somehow able to keep it on track. Didn't spin out. No mistakes were made. And Sergeant Sergey, very unlucky for him. He was dominant in the rain in the slicks. I don't know how he did it, but anyway. Yeah, and then safety car came out. I was in P2. And then on a restart, Sergey just spun off, crashed out, and I took the lead, and from there I won.
What was the conditions like at the very start? It was very, very tricky conditions at the start. Were you really pondering between the dry and the inter tires?
I mean, obviously, I was going to go onto the inters on the grid start, but I couldn't. It wouldn't let me go onto wets for some reason, so I had to start on the softs. And then when the safety car came out, I didn't know if to go on to intermediates or not, or stay on the slicks. I risked it and went on to the mediums. Whereas a lot of them half of the field did go on intermediates. And I think at the start, right after the first safety car, the intermediates were definitely the ones to go for. But then after a while, they did start to drop off. And then, yeah, from there, I just won, I guess.
I'm looking forward to France.
No, I hate France.
Thought not. but what's it like momentum for you now going into this part of the season? Is the momentum quite high right now for you?
Yeah, definitely. I think I'm leading the championship now, so I'm really pleased about that because Payne's he finished P8, but I'm not 100% sure if I am leading now. But that definitely gives me good momentum into the rest of the season now, I would say. Try and keep Payne stead behind me as much as I can. But then, yeah. We'll see what happens, I guess.
Good job for you, man. So let's go to the Renault driver. It's the first time I got you going to be speaking to, which is Mr. Wooly. Wooly, you had a great qualifying and a good start to the race. How was it?
It was good, yeah. It was one of the strangest races I think I've ever done.
So
starting on the softs, I was on a wet setup as well, which was a bit weird. But I mean, it might have actually helped me at the beginning. I'm not really too sure.
And so with the race itself, was it? I saw a few argy-bargy moments in there, and loads of incidents. Was there some incidents like are a bit too much out there today?
When I went on the hards and I was trying to battle through the pack, I lost so much time because that Wilsey was battling with someone and was just racing terribly, to be honest. And then right towards the end, there was loads going on. I thought I was ahead of Jimmy Hunt, so I've turned in. But I mean, I need to look at it back. So if that was, I mean, I think he was taken out, but I mean, I'm not sure. I need to look at it again. But yeah, it was good. On the softs, I felt like I had good pace. But again, it's a shame that it was wet, really, because I had good pace in the dry.
So how's this podium feel anyway? If it's gonna stay as it stands, if it doesn't stand, and if you don't get the podium or not. But how does it feel getting that third place there? Is that a real good monkey off your back and see if it can actually get you towards the season on a better note?
Well, I joined in Silverstone and I got P2 there, so I mean I'm gonna be fighting at the top most races. I wouldn't really say it's a weight off my back, but yeah, I want to start chipping away at the people at the top, and I can my way up.
And as for your teammate Sergeant Surge, you two were doing so well in Austria today. It could have been a good race for Renault today. So many good points down the train. I mean, that could have been a perfect day for Renault today.
Sorry, what was that last bit?
So it could have been a perfect day for Renault today if Sergeant Surge didn't have his accident.
It would have been good. I think he just struggled to warm up the tyres. I don't think he was paying too much attention to the tyre heat. So as soon as he put anything on the throttle, just span straight out.
That's what it looks like. It was on the exit of turn 1, and when as soon as he got into power, he went.
Yeah. I was in a party with him and about the safety car coming out again, but he was doing well, and I just don't think he warmed up the tyres enough.
And France coming up, you feeling?
I don't mind France. I think it's a good track. There's a lot of places you can exploit the track limit, so you need to be careful around there. Same as here, really. Loads of people getting penalties left, right, and centre. That first corner, especially. But yeah, it's a good track. Let's hope it isn't raining again, I guess.
well done, Jimmy Hunt. Let's go to the Ferrari of Stefan Rands. Yeah, go ahead.
I've just got to shout out my race engineer, Madridista Miles, because he was on point today. He was watching the stream, giving me all the details about everyone going off, what tyres people are on,
okay,
what fastest tyres were. It was great. So I just got to shout him out. Cheers, boys.
So let's go to Stefan. Stefan, good strong race today, and a very good fight with Mansell today. How was your fight with Mansell today?
I think in the wet I had the pace, but as soon as I went to dry, he had it on me. And then I got that penalty when I was trying to follow him, and I just, screwed me in the last sector, and I just went over like 2 curbs and lost it. Pretty sober.
I mean, it's a jumper.